Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is Binky here today, and we are trying one of Zoologist scents today. What will our mood be? These are kind of mood inducing. Let's see, this is Moth. Okay, Moth. So there we go. We only have 4 after that of these, and then 3 of the regular. So I really know nothing about this, but I don't know. When I think of Moth, I don't really know what I think about. I think of light bulbs, and because they're always attracted to that, and kind of dusty because of their wings. They're kind of dusty from my understanding. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But they can be huge. And I remember as a kid, sometimes they'd come in the house and freak me out. They're intense because they have really big bodies. Just flipped me out. I'm not really big into insects. So they did nothing wrong. They just existed. It's not a them problem. It's a me problem. Okay, so let's see what a bottle will cost you. Look, that's actually really cute. I really like the drawing for this one. It's like a little queen bee. You could just, not a bee though, it's a moth, but you know, look at that. I like that. it's kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna freak you out and come into your house and bounce off your lights and make you scream in fear. So this one is 175 USD, and their days are spent secluded in camouflage, the intricate pattern of their wings distinguishing them against a coarse backdrop of barks and rocks. Interesting. At first encounter, the rich gothic scent of Zoologist Moth may surprise you, but soon it hypnotizes. Really gothic. Cool. A heavy dose of dark spices jolts your senses. Honey sweet, rose and powdery. Okay, this sounds fabulous. This sounds like something I want. But let us look at this. So, top notes are black pepper, cinnamon, clove, cumin. Cumin. Go watch Sloth if you want to see how cumin works with me. Not my favorite. Lemon, nutmeg, saffron. Then we have heart notes, which are heliotrope, iris, jasmine, mimosa, muget, rose. Nice. And base notes, ambergris, honey, resins, guaiac wood, musk, oud, patchouli, smoke vetiver. Oh, and I skipped one. Oh, wow. Nagara matha? So this is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 notes. Wow. Okay. So again, Moth does not use any animal products, and this is a product of Canada. That is intense. 23 notes is something I have never seen in a perfume before. Maybe I've just been sheltered, but I don't think so. So let's see. I get a little light scent coming out of it, but not enough to know. Wow, that's crazy. Okay. I hope this takes me somewhere I did not expect. I just washed this sweater, so we shall see. It's my favorite sweater. It's falling apart. I love it. So, wow. Oh. Kind of smells like a cough drop at first. It has a medicinal cough drop scent to it at first. Yeah. So I'm getting the pepper. I'm getting a pepper and woody scent from it. There's a lot going on here. And I am sure there are people who could pull out notes like a magician. But there is so much going on here. I don't even know what's going on fully. So it goes from medicinal to woodsy. I'm getting like dusty, but yet woody at the same time. So it's almost like a wooden box in a closet, and a moth is in there. So there's an old wooden box with dust on it, and the moth is in there. But these aren't the type to eat your clothes, but maybe they are. Maybe this one is. And it's very dusty and powdery. Wow. But yet still medicinal. That's really strange. This one's really strange. Not in a bad way. In probably one of the most interesting ways, because I don't quite know what to think about it. But there's 23 notes. I do get the peppery though. I do get a flash of pepper coming through in this for sure. Let's see. Wow, here it almost smells like something is like eucalyptus on here. And I'm sure it may be one of the notes that I don't know as well, unless you're somebody who's just really like into perfumes. And I am, but on the level where they construct them or been dealing with notes forever, I really don't know how much you'd be able to pull from this. I get the sweetness for sure of the honey. I just don't know what it is, but it's mixing with something to be very medicinal. Definitely getting like a smoky scent to it. Yeah. It does. It smells like something that I can't recognize from the medicine cabinet. And I don't know what it is, but it's always like just there in my nose. And once I get it, I'm going to go, that's it. But I smell it. It smells like something from my medicine cabinet. Yeah, from the past. I don't think now, from when I was a kid. Here I get the medicinal as well, but I also get sweetness. And like, it's very powdery. I don't know if that's a heliotrope. Heliotrope can be kind of powdery on me. Wow. So I am getting a woodsiness to it. Like I said, woodsy and dusty and medicinal. So strange. Luckily, I'm not getting the cumin. I've had really bad luck with cumin and usually do. So if you've seen my videos where cumin is a main player to a fragrance, it does not work on me. Sloth, I don't talk about that one. We don't talk about sloth on this channel. It's just cumin. It's me. It's not you, it's me. That's what I would say to sloth. But oof. So, wow, this just has a lot going on. I think once it settles a little bit more, I'll be able to tell more about it. It's just so medicinal. There's too much going on, and not in a bad way. There's just so much going on that what's happening are the notes are just becoming combined into one. And you'll get brief moments where you're like, oh, I smell this, I smell this. But then it becomes clouded in a cloud of, it's like you dumped a bunch of scents into a box by accident, and then you're trying to pull out notes, but they're all so weaved that it's hard to pull them out individually. It's so weird. It's medicinal. It's going to drive me nuts what that scent is, and I may not be able to pull it, but I know that scent. Definitely getting the honey here. I'm getting the honey here, and it's almost like a wax that was there with bee. Bee uses this. I can smell bee in here a little bit. Yeah, on the clothing. There she is. Okay. And the floral starting to come through. So like the honey wax with floral on the sleeve. Here still sharp, medicinal, and powdery. They really captured the dust and powder. That's interesting. So I don't quite know what to think about this one. I think partly because it's just so much that it's not bad. So I do want to point out, just because I don't know what a lot is what's going on, it doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means there's so much going on. There's so much complexity that I don't quite know which way to take it. It's weird, because even in my mouth right now, it feels really dry. You know, I doubt it's from the perfume, but I'm just getting this dusty, powdery feel from this, and it's very medicinal, but shifting. More of the florals are coming out. Yeah, more of the florals are coming out on this one. This is so odd. It's strong. So usually a lot of the time I find Zoologist, except for certain scents, tend to stay here. They can be very gentle. Oh no, this is moving. This one's a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit with this one because I have a feeling that certain notes are going to slowly burn off and then other ones are going to present themselves probably within the next hour. And that's kind of the magic of Zoologist, is it takes you on a journey. You know, it really does. There's a huge jump usually from the first initial spray to the first hour, and even 5 hours later, it'll be a different scent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit with this one and we will come back to it in an hour to see where it's gone. Okay, so it's been about an hour and you can definitely, you can definitely smell it. When I move around, I could definitely smell it. And it's actually morphed into something really quite pretty, actually. So let's start with here because I'm getting two different scents, one here and one here. So what's interesting about this one is that it's very similar to bee. So if you don't care for Zoologist bee, this will not be for you, because on my body chemistry, this is pulling very similar to bee. The only difference is that I'm finding with Moth, it has like this this dustiness to it, this powderiness to it, which could be from the heliotrope. And I did bring my my little tablet. And other notes to it. It definitely has this dustiness to it that bee does not have. Bee is a little bit more, I don't want to say authentic. They're both authentic, but it's like, this is it. It's honey and wax with a little bit of floral, orange blossom and orange scents. Well, this has this dustiness. Again, it's moved a little bit away from an old attic fully, but it has that, like, you expect the dust across things. Like you're going into an old attic. There you go. So it's there, but it's very much like bee in a good way. So it smells like bee, but with like heliotrope and a little bit of mimosa, I think. And a little bit of, it has a couple florals mixed. So I'm getting a very light floral. Yeah, so honey, powdery, floral. Very interesting. Actually, I really like how it smells on my chemistry. It smells fantastic. I freaking love it. It's really great. So let's try it here on the fabric. On the fabric, it's medicinal. It still has that medicinal scent to it. It just won't shake it for whatever reason. Yeah. It smells like resin. And this just sharp medicinal scent that will not go away on my clothing. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't much care for that. No, that's not something I want to smell like. But on the chemistry, she's really lovely. The only thing is there is some kind of scent that is a little bit funky. And I don't know what it is. Yeah. It takes this beautiful scent and it just adds something that's a little bit off. And I don't know what it is. It kind of reminds me of beaver, where not maple beaver, but the original one, there's a scent in there that smelled like Band-Aid, but it also had this like dull, bitter note to it. And maybe that just pulls out, my body really likes those bitter notes. So I'm wondering if that's what it is my chemistry is just pulling that out, because I don't smell that here. No, it just smells medicinal. Very odd. Very, very odd. Okay, so there's just so much going on. I don't think it's cumin. Usually it's cumin that takes me out. Maybe it is cumin. That's what it is. It's the cumin. I forgot the cumin's in here. That's what it is. So that's what that funky smell is. This may not come through for you. It's cumin and saffron. I feel like with my body chemistry loves cumin. If you have the same problem I do, it can cause fragrances to have a little note of dirtiness to it, and that's what's happening. But it's not so overpowering that it would cause an issue like Sloth did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit with this one for a little bit more, probably about 4 more hours. It's doing really well projection wise, but I kind of want to see if maybe that cumin disappears a bit, and we'll find out in about 4 hours. We made it 5 hours with Moth, and I can definitely still smell it. Usually a lot of the time things become a skin scent or they only stay in this bubble, and this one is still going strong. Moth is a performer. It's not quite as strong as T-Rex and Bee, which are up here, but it's pretty close. Yeah, it's around like musk deer strength. Those two are pretty close. So if you're looking for something with a little bit more projection, this one may be for you. Now, I will say that out of a lot of the Zoologist scents, I do feel as if this one is very, this one's going to be polarizing. There's just so many notes, and depending on your chemistry, so much can go wrong or so much can go right. It's just 23 notes is a lot. That being said, it's very similar to Bee on my chemistry. So this one's a little bit more difficult because I adore Bee, but this it's dustier than Bee. It has a dustiness, an antiqueness to it. It really is like you're up in the attic and there's some light shining through somewhere, the windows or something, and there's a little moth trying to get out of the attic. And its little wings are causing the dust to kick up. This is like very antique, very dusty. Yeah, very interesting, but it has a nice warmth to it with the honey and the sweetness. Again, I can see how some may find this to be a little bit cloying if the honey notes come out on you, because much like Bee, it has that sweetness. It doesn't bug me. I like sweet scents, but if you don't and you pull honey fragrances, then this may not be for you, but it's quite lovely. So let's smell it again here versus on the clothing. It's lovely here. Ew, it's so beautiful. It's like a honeyed incense, a honey dusty incense. And I get that pepper. So honey dusty incense with pepper and a light floral scent. And I don't know, I think that may be the heliotrope. Now I do get a little bit of the cumin still. But that being said, cumin and saffron, I don't feel that it pulls it in a negative way. I was worried there for a bit, but I think it's quite beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. On my chemistry, it's gorgeous. I love what I'm smelling. It's different enough from Bee that, I'm tempted by this one, believe it or not. Yeah, but let's smell it here. So, on clothing, it's a little bit difficult to deal with. On clothing, I know what that smell is now. It's a cross between mothballs and DEET bug spray. Yeah, so mosquitoes love me. Mosquitoes will eat me alive. And so when I go certain places, especially if there's a garden during the summer and you're grabbing drinks with friends, if they have a lot of plants, there's a lot of mosquitoes, and I have to put DEET on my legs and arms to make sure the mosquitoes won't bite me. Otherwise, I'll have like 20 bites. They love me. Because of that, I know what DEET smells like. I don't like to use it because it's pretty harsh, but sometimes a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. So, I don't need a transfusion because they really come at me. It's just like, oh my gosh, swarm. So that's what this smells like. It's a cross between mothballs and DEET bug spray. An antiqued. So it's like antiqued, powdery DEET with mothballs. Yeah. But it's antiqued. So I don't much care for that scent on me, just because that's confusing. Because I wouldn't want to use it on my clothing, but the thing is, to get a perfume to really last, it's best to have it on your clothing. Sometimes scents will be harmonious on the skin with the clothing. I like what it smells like when I'm moving around together. It does create this beautiful atmosphere. I'm just worried that other people's noses would pick up the deep mothballs and not this scent. So this is one I would really have to think hard about. I think this one's going to be extremely polarizing. I think people are either going to really love it or really dislike it. I think this one's going to be one of the more polarizing for sure. I'm intrigued. I think this is absolutely beautiful, except for this, the mothball deep smell. And so I don't know what to do with this. I love this. It really does conjure up an old attic with a moth just trying to get out to the sunshine. I just out in the light in general. I think it's just beautiful. It really conjures up that dustiness so well. I love this one, but then there's part of it that makes me go, ugh. You know, the opening wasn't that great. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just so medicinal. This one's quite a journey. I'll say this one just really goes from here and moves. It really is a journey. And I liked the journey after about 30 minutes. I didn't like the initial ride. I found it to be a bit bumpy. It's not that I didn't like it. I just found it to be a bit bumpy, and I was like, do I want to keep going on this trip? And I'm glad I did. I just don't quite know what to think about it. I think I would definitely buy a travel size of this because I would not wear this all the time. This is something I would definitely wear in winter more. Hi baby. I would definitely wear this in winter more. This one is just so strange. Hi baby. This one is just so strange. And in a beautiful, haunted kind of way, if that makes sense. So I would definitely get a travel spray of this. I don't know if I'd get a full bottle because I really, to be honest with you, don't know if I would wear it enough to justify the price tag. This is one of those ones I'll be thinking about, and one that would just be so beautiful in the collection for special occasions, and it would last you a lifetime, unless you made it your signature scent, and then you're cool. You are so cool. I want to know you. I would probably give this an 8. I want to kick it to an 8.5, but the only reason that I'm going to knock it down the 5 points is because of the medicinal, which turned out to be DEET. It smells like DEET and mothballs powdered, and that is where it's going to be knocked down 5 points. I'm intrigued. This is one that I might possibly put onto the list because it's just something that I've never smelled before. But that being said, please sample this first. I think with all of Zoologist, and I say this over and over, always the best policy to buy the sample set first, because this one is going to be polarizing. It really is. You do not want to blind buy this. I am warning you. Boop, boop, do not. That is Moth. One of the more intriguing, baffling, one that's going to stay on your mind since a Zoologist. I really like this one because it's just strange in such an interesting way. I love it. I love the little haunted porcelain doll. So with that, we are coming to the home stretch. I think we only have 5 left. Well, what will we pick next? We don't know. With that, have a wonderful day, my friends. Bye.